Good morning, and thanks to John's Coin Pusher versus Everything for allowing us to take you out of your city lives and perhaps for a few moments take you out into nature. But where it comes to human beings interacting with nature, problems can arise. First of all, I don't think I need to introduce you to the lovely waterfowl you are observing. They are most commonly known in the English-speaking world as ducks. Thing is, ducks, while a beautiful part of nature, can be a tremendous nuisance when that nature happens to be a river that runs through the town of Yardley, Pennsylvania. The ducks get out of the water. They are not careful with their droppings. And as you can hear, sometimes make quite the racket. Now in the old days, people would have just shot the ducks and taken them home to eat. But nowadays there are concerns about toxic pollutants and diseases, and that as healthy as a duck might look, it might contain something that's dangerous to human beings. Which is why people don't simply capture them and bring them to the live poultry market like they would have a couple of hundred years ago. Which all leads to a problem the locals here call too many ducks. So we've been hired to see if we can encourage these ducks to move down the river and perhaps spread out more widely over the countryside. Why Yardley is particularly attractive to the ducks is unclear. There are a lot of children here who feed the ducks. There is a lovely pastoral area that provides plenty of food and mating space for the ducks. But unfortunately, in this case, the ducks have to be encouraged to move along. So, in return for a generous donation to our wildlife fund, we're going to do our best to get the ducks moved on down the river. And here we go. To be clear, this is not dangerous for the ducks. We're not killing the ducks, and we're not going to be disrupting the natural world, or at the very least, we're going to disrupt it as little as we possibly can. And with that said, we invite you to our duck moving plan. And here we go. You can see that the water is just continuing to flow down the river, and we're just hoping to encourage the ducks to go with it. Now we're trying to get this all done before sunrise, which means we have not an unlimited amount of time to get the ducks on down the river. Now, some people find the ducks quacking to be quite annoying, especially this early in the morning. I, for one, find the sounds of nature relatively soothing. Now, hopefully the duck repellent tablets I'm dropping in will, without hurting the ducks in any way, convince them that perhaps this isn't as optimum a place to live as it might seem to the ducks at first glance. I don't know how many of you know that among many other things, ducks will eat grass, and they'll get out of the water and eat surrounding vegetables. It is a problem for the people who are trying to grow gardens or raise other birds. Because I gotta tell you, if you've never seen a duck fight a chicken, well, that's just something you've got to work out a way to see. Because think of them as peaceful barnyard animals. But a chicken chickens and ducks can be pretty vicious. Even to little, ducks can even be a bit dangerous to little kids because ducks don't just peck like hens do. They bite, and they bite hard. Just a moment, there's a clog up in the river. I have to see what my men can do about the clog up the river. Could you do something about the clog up the... Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I was getting a bit peckish myself, I guess. Just give me a minute. We'll get it cleared out. And then we'll go on with our duck shifting project. Well, the log jam has been cleared. And when I say log jam, I literally mean logs. They had been stopping the progress of both the ducks and our duck repellent, making it impossible for the ducks to be encouraged to move down the river. And in spots, it was blocking up the river and causing a small lake to form. And this, or I suppose a pool would be a better description. A pool of water. But if there's anything ducks like, these pools of water, so they were all just settling down in the new pool. And the town down the line it does make me wonder sort of what the ducks think of all this. But to be honest, I don't quite know how to think like a duck without quacking up. Ha ha ha. So, might as well tell you some lovely news I had. Some of you know that John's son is autistic, but that he's also turning into one heck of a painter. And his art teacher invited him to a showing of her work. And it was the first time for John's son in an art gallery where he could really understand what happens to art after you've finished with it. That if people like it, it's taken and it's displayed, and sometimes people even buy it. And the best part for Don was that not only did his son Aaron have a wonderful time, but then checking in, you had to identify if you were an artist, and he very proudly checked off artist. So instead of all these years having been spent with him sort of not knowing what he was in the world, now he knows he's an artist. And that's just very heartwarming. He went around, he looked at all the other artists' art. With some pieces, he tried to figure out how it was made. It's not always clear. And every piece of art he's exposed to is just another method of doing art, of doing painting, or sculpture, or whatever, that goes into his ever more prodigious memory bank. And it was so nice for John to see his son so obviously having found a place in the world. And John may have told you, but last week Aaron sold his first commission. And it's a really amazing piece. And hey, I'm sorry to pull away from John's son because he's been so nice to let us use his resources to clean out the ducks. But we seem to be doing a good job of it. We're reaching the end of ducks. Well, not all ducks everywhere, just encouraging them to move on down the line. Now, the question, of course, becomes, if we move them from Yardley, Pennsylvania to the next town up, how's the next town going to feel about that? But if we just need to continue the process and go on down the road, and for a generous contribution to our Wildlife Foundation, we can encourage the ducks to move on down the river. And you just keep doing it until the ducks find an area where ducks can be ducks and people can be people, and they don't have to come into conflict. We're almost, we're running out of ducks. That's good, because running out of ducks is our job. And there goes some more. I gotta say, this is going a lot faster than I thought it would. But there are some famous stories about ducks and how ducks and people have gotten along. I wish I knew some of them, so I could keep you entertained. I guess. Oh, John asked me to mention that coming up on Thursday night, will be, that's interesting. His show is called Playing for Lobster, which the prize they give out at the end of the show is a lovely cooked lobster. And John doesn't really want me to give away how it all turns out. But I can tell you that if people have too many lobster and they'd like to give them away, or get them chased away rather, I could probably get rid of a whole bunch of lobster just by eating them. You know, since while you don't eat live lobster, you do come very close a lot of the time. But I don't think boiled duck has the same sort of panache as a nice boiled, steamed, or grilled lobster. Hey, we're starting to get low on ducks. Ooh, some of the sneaky ones are going off the sides, but that's fine. So like I'm saying, if your town has too many ducks, just get in touch with John, and he'll get in touch with me. And for a generous, but not too generous, donation to the Wildlife Foundation, my men and I will be more than happy to show up and get rid of your duck trouble. And don't worry, if you happen to raise ducks, our message will not harm domesticated ducks at all. Because all they really do is push them on down the river. Well, some of the wood rotting on the side of the bank has fallen in. I don't know if that'll hurt or help. But it made a big splash. Okay. I'm going to give it a minute and see if the rest of the ducks will get the idea, just move on by themselves. Well, here you go. A lot fewer ducks, a lot less quacking. That's the job here. Well, there goes a bunch more. So people keep asking me how I found John, and I found him through his mentor, Josh Bartley, who runs Josh Bartley's High Risk Coin Pusher on this same channel you're watching this on. And you know, just by hitting like and subscribe, you are, in a sense, donating to our Wildlife Foundation. which will let us keep people from getting frustrated and just walking out to the river with a shotgun, which isn't good for everybody. I mean, you don't want to eat a duck and bite down on a piece of shotgun shell anyway. And it looks like we're coming up toward the end. We're going to have to move on down. See, what all you guys have to do to help out on this project is hit like and subscribe. And notify, so you can you'll know when John does his thing, and we'll try and let you know when we do our things. And like I said, we have even look over there on the left. There's 2 more ducks to get rid of, and as soon as we get rid of them, we'll be done here. Okay. If anybody has some stories about duck encounters they want to put into the comments, that would be great. Because, ducks and people may not mix all the time, but ducks are just trying to make their way in this world, just like people. Look at our political situation. I think we'd be better off with some ducks in office. Okay. Hey, what does our contract say about how many ducks we can leave behind? None? Well, that was a little extreme of us. Maybe we should watch our contracts a little better in the future. Because we only got 2 here. But I guess they could breed if there's 2 of them. I don't know. The only thing I know about ducks is how to get them to move on down the river. Maybe they're just hiding behind that piece of wood. We'll see what happens here. Well, you know what? I don't know. I'm starting to see why. Oops, they moved. I'm starting to see why people just shot them. Because I really want to be nice to the ducks. I really do. I love ducks. Oh, there goes one. And there, hopefully, a little bit will go another one. Come on, ducky wucky. Like I said, children think ducks are cute, and I don't know, maybe ducks think children are cute. But often ducks think children are a threat, or they think they're food, and they go up and try and bite them, and it's a sad thing all around, because then you have to rush the kid to the doctor. They have a duck bite, which can be infected. And, wow, that one duck just does not want to move. Hey, you guys, do you think we could tell them that one duck came in after we left? Because, that one duck is starting to get on my nerves. Hold on. I gotta get more duck repellent just for this one duck. Okay, this might do it, gang. Hold on a second. I heard that there's a big rush of water coming down from upstream. Hold on. Or downstream. I don't know which way the streams go. But anyway, it's heading right for us. Maybe it'll get rid of that one last duck for us. Let's see what happens. Oh, that didn't do it. Okay. Yes! Yes! The duck is down, the duck is down. Okay, let me see what we have to do to clean up the river, and I'll be right back with you. Well, as you can see, we got rid of all the ducks. The river's moving the way it's supposed to. So, again, if you need the ducks removed from your lake, river, or stream, or front garden, just get in touch with John at coinpusherchallenge.com, and he'll put you in touch with us. I mean, all it takes is a donation, a reasonable donation to our Wildlife Foundation, and we'll come and solve your duck problem and get your river all flowing again. In the meantime, John asks that you like and subscribe and notify, and now we got to clean up all our stuff, pack up all our vans, and get on to the next, duck issue. I don't want to call it an infestation, but too many ducks, too many people. They won't let me. Trust me, I asked. They won't let me take the people away. But I can push the ducks down the river for you. Thanks a lot.